People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. The first thing that is popping in the news, it is called parents, mothers, fathers, stepmother, stepfather, whomever that use their kids as a pawn. Whenever you are separated from your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever the case might be, it is not a good habit to have. I am speaking about two very disturbing videos that I saw circulating over social media. In these two videos, the first video, there was a father outside of his house. He was out there with the pawpaw. Apparently, the mother or baby mother called him and told him that, listen, I am going to do this, do that to our child. When he got there with the pawpaw, the grill was locked. They were peeping through the window, watching everything in Technicolor. This mother was pretty much over the little girl or the little boy, and she was juking her up or him up with some sorts of kitchen utensil. Needless to say, the pawpaw and the baby father were trying their endeavor best to get inside. However, too late was the call. That mother was juking that child repeatedly, rapidly. Even if that child had lived, he or she would have been severely damaged. You would have to call them grace because it would have been simply amazing. That video, in my opinion, was worse than the second video. However, the second video was just as bad. Both of them were hard to watch. In the second video, there was a little girl. Obviously, it was a girl because you saw the hair, you saw the facial structure. The mother was standing over that little picnic. The mother was in a shorts. The mother was in a heel, high heel. Spike heel, them call it. She was standing in that child's back. She was pressing that child down into the ground. The little picnic and make all sorts of noise. You could hear that little child was gasping for breath. You could hear or feel the pain that little picnic got through as the mother put all her pressure on that child's back, pressing down with force into the spike heel. When the child was crying out, she then turns over the little picnic, put the heel between the little picnic neck, and then you could see the foot and the hand them a kick. You could hear the little picnic cry out for help. And then what she did, she was smoking a cigarette. She then put that cigarette, press the cigarette into the little picnic face. You could hear the little picnic even bawl out a little more. So people, whenever you see stuff like these, sometimes it is financial problem. Definitely these people have mental illness. However, in most cases, it is because they are trying to get back at the baby mother, at the baby father, at the stepfather, at the stepmother. There is always some sorts of reason or motive. It is usually trying to get back revenge, using that child as a pawn. Now people, you and I are people that are responsible, people that are loving parents. If our child is sick, if our child drop and get hurt, it is as if we ourselves got hurt. So therefore, you cannot imagine doing something intentionally to your own child. However, people, this is what we see, a very disturbing trend. Usually, a lot of times, it is because of some sorts of breakup. It is because this man or that woman will find a next person, a next partner. So therefore, these people are trying to take out their anger, some sorts of revenge, some sorts of pain of passion, I would call it. And people must remember that, listen, whenever you enter into any sorts of relationship, there is no sorts of guarantee. Even when you get married, the rate of divorce in most marriage is 50% at best. So just imagine just some sorts of relationship, and I understand that if you have children, the complexion or the more complex the relationship gets, you cannot just leave just like that if you are responsible. So I am just saying, remember, these children never asked to be brought in this world. You were the ones that made that decision that, listen, me like this person, me feel like me and this person can coexist. I feel like me and this person can co-parent. We can start a life together. So that is a decision that two adults made. That is a decision based on either love or like or obsession, or them fool themselves, or just the pleasure that they got from the COCKY or the pumps. Whatever decision was made was a decision that you made by yourself. That child had no part of the decision-making process. So therefore, there is always good and bad. Everything that is good can turn bad, likewise vice versa. So therefore, do not take out your bad decision-making process. Do not take out the fact that you were not prepared. There was not any sorts of planned parenthood. Do not take out the fact that this person find another person, vice versa, you find a next person. Because at the end of the day, it is the priority. Your children are always your priority. And I am not saying getting any sort of relationship that is ABUSIVE and stay just because of the kid. Me just say, you make the decision. And when you check the statistics, most of the kids that you see out here that are menace to society, they come from some sorts of dysfunctional home. I am not saying that it is guaranteed that if you treat your pitney right, they won't turn out to be worthless or some sorts of bum or some sorts of cruff. However, in most cases, good parenting brings forth good children, successful. Bad parenting brings forth all sorts of criminal element, menace to society, all sorts of psychological, emotional, and crazy sorts of people out here. So the moral of the story is this: don't start no ish, won't be no ish. If you know that you are not ready mentally for any sorts of relationship, if you know that you are not ready mentally for any sorts of parenthood, whether it is planned or it just happened, do not get in any sorts of relationship like that. You have to always remember, it is not rejection. People grow apart all the time. Like I said before, even in a marriage, 50% failure. People just grow apart. People that love each other end up hating each other. People cannot tolerate each other when they finally get to meet them. So it is best if you get to know your partner. And like the saying goes, to see me and know me or live with me, it is two different things. It is not called rejection. People, you have to be very mature. You have to learn to move on. Everything is not always going to work out. It is just the harsh reality of life. Pick up yourself, pat off yourself, and move on. Likewise for your partner. Learn to coexist even when you are not together. Learn to parent even when you are not together. The priority is to make sure that that child that you brought into this world, whether it was planned, whether it was just pleasure and things happen, make sure so you can take your responsibility. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, Please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I am going to leave the link in the description of this video. Bless up.